Hey everyone. Okay, so as promised, here's my life update video. I didn't get to record anything yesterday. After that other video, I got busy doing stuff, and so today is the day, and hopefully it'll be uploaded tonight. And hopefully you all enjoy. And okay. I made a list of things that I want to remember to talk about. I am dealing with a lot of, how do I want to put it? I don't know. Everybody's calling it fibro fog brain. But my focus and concentration has been really weird and wonky since I was really sick in January with COVID. So, focus is just not there all the time, and I forget things a lot easier. So, I made lists. So, that's what I'm going to do today. Okay. So, I'm trying to get comfortable. And this is a big old chair, man. This was left from my mother-in-law. This chair was, and always has been, my chair for 25 years. My first Christmas with Mike, this is where I sat and opened gifts and watched everybody else open gifts. And so every year this has been my chair, and this chair is still here. It is still fantastically comfortable because nobody really sat in it, but maybe a couple times a year. So anyways, love this chair. It's mine. This is it. Until it's warm enough to get back into my shed and do some videos with like all the fun colors and stuff around. Okay, so let's talk health first. So many of you know that last year I got land-based with a lot of health issues. I got hit with rheumatoid arthritis, fibromyalgia, carpal tunnel, along with other autoimmune disorders that I already had on top of it. Those got added. We couldn't figure out why I was so sick in the beginning of the year. They ran like every test possible. Finally got me in to see a rheumatologist. And I absolutely love my rheumatologist. He is amazing. I do not have the RA markers in my blood work. However, he diagnosed me as seronegative because my inflammation markers in my blood work were sky high. I had inflammation and swelling in all of my joints. So last year was like a complete bust. I kept up with things the best that I could, but I was down and out most of the year. Multiple medications. It seemed like everything they put me on would start to work, but then I would have my follow-up blood work done, and my kidneys and my liver were failing. So they'd have to get me back off those meds and try something different. So I followed up my rheumatologist last week. He had put me on Enbrel injections the end of last year. I wasn't too for sure, but it's no big deal. It reminds me of an EpiPen. You know, I shove it up against my leg, give myself an injection once a week. I give injections on Sundays, and then usually Mondays are a little rough. I just don't feel well. I'm sluggish. I'm tired. Tuesdays are a little bit better. Each day of the week brings its own challenges. With all the different autoimmune disorders I have, I just don't know from one day to the next which one's going to kick in and rear its ugly head. So I followed up with the rheumatologist last week, and I had mentioned, because I had seen my family doctor, about extreme foot pain, and it hurt to walk. Just all of a sudden, I went to bed one night, I was fine, got up during the night to go use the restroom. I stepped out of bed and it felt like I was stepping on tons of nails. It felt like my ankles were broken. Just the extreme pain with each step I took was horrible. So the family doctor said, I don't know, I'm leaning towards neuropathy. Let's try ropinirole. Let's see if we can bring um, the, the she thinks it's the nerves in my feet are fired up and that it could be neuropathy. She said follow up with the rheumatologist next week though, and let's see what he says. So I went and see my rheumatologist. He said that he would say neuropathy because of the numbness, tingling, and um, pain that I'm having in my feet. However, um, if the numbness and tingling goes away with the meds that he put me on last week, then he's tending to lean towards it could just be RA related, like coming from my ankles, the swelling in my ankles and my toes to cause my feet to hurt. So we are trying prednisone. I have 3 weeks of prednisone I have to take. He gave me a cortisone shot before I left the office. I am on the ropinirole from the family doctor. And so I have to do, normal routine, still do the injections, do the prednisone, do the ropinirole for 3 weeks. So today marks week 1. And so I have 2 more weeks to go. If things aren't better, I have to call him. He is then going to, we have some options. He can't put me on the really good meds for RA because most of them have side effects that can harm your liver and your kidneys. And because I've already had issues with that, he wants to stay away from those meds. So we discussed some other options. One of the options is, if things are not better, to keep me on the Enbrel injections and to add in an oral medication to take along with that, see if that helps. If I don't want to do that, he's talked about completely taking me off the injections and putting me on just an oral medication. And then the other option, of course, is like IV infusions. I don't know how often that would be. I really don't want to do that per se. I just don't want to go sit in a hospital. I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't want to go and sit there for a while and wait for this infusion to be done. I don't want to leave my house and go to the hospital and sit. Like, it costs less money to just sit here at my house and do things myself. And, we're trying to watch what we spend due to, inflation, everything going up. My husband is the only one working. My goal is to continue to do what I do here at home on the computers, to earn what I can, doing surveys, watching videos, whatever, to earn pennies, I guess. And then I cash those out for gift cards, and I use those gift cards to go grocery shopping so that there's no money taken out of my husband's check, but I can still pick up things for the pantry and the freezer at least once a month, and use his checks to pay bills, because taking over his mother's house is, it's not the most expensive per se, but we also have some of her debt that went along with this house that we have taken over, so that her checks that she gets every month can just go towards her care, and she doesn't have to worry about trying to pay off some of the things that she had purchased while she was still living here, like the central air unit, and I just don't want to ruin her credit. And so we're just, we took that over. The homeowner's insurance, we are paying. The house is still in her name. It remains in her name until something happens to her, as this house is listed in her trust. So I'm paying renter's insurance, but I'm also paying her homeowners and keeping that up. So money's a little tight with everything, but Mike worked really hard, went and got his CDL so that he could get a raise at work and do more things and get more hours. And then we're just we're just working on it. You know, I stocked up a lot last year um, with different things, so we've been kind of living out of the pantry and in the freezer, and just things that we have here, and then just going and getting your basic necessities. Michael stop on his way home and get that, so I don't have to run out. Um, just because I'm just to the point where I don't want to go out and deal with it. I just want to sit at home and hopefully make more YouTube videos. I really want the channel to grow. I enjoy connecting with everybody, meeting new people. My socialization is like pretty much here online, watching everybody on YouTube and chatting with them. I talk to my mom and my dad every day, but I just I don't go out and socialize. I don't go anywhere. Nobody comes over. With as sick as I got with COVID, I am in my immune system being low and immunocompromised from all the meds that I'm on and the RA and the fibro and everything. I'm not anxious to go out and get sick again. So we've just been really watching what I do. And if I stay home, I'm not using extremely expensive gas to go anywhere. So win-win. I stay home, I craft, I do the things around the house that I can do, and I take care of myself. There's no way that I could go out and hold a job right now. I have days that I can't get out of bed. I have days that I can't hold a pen, and then it's hard to feed myself because I will try to use the utensils and my hands will just cramp up and I drop the fork or the spoon, and I'm having a hard time getting the lids off jars. Things are just really difficult right now. So there's no sense in me even trying to go to work and not being able to do the things, or having to call in 2 or 3 days a week. I can have a good day and then be down for the count for 2 or 3 days. It's just not worth it. So I'm trying to supplement income from home the best that I can. So that's in a nutshell regarding my health. Grab my pen. I'm gonna mark things off as I go. If the numbness and tingling does not go away in my feet, I do need to go see my neurologist in another town over. And I believe the rheumatologist called it an EMG on my feet. It's where they poke little needles in to check the nerves and stuff, kind of like they do when they test you for carpal tunnel, which is how the neurologist found out I had carpal tunnel last year. And so he would do pretty much the same thing to check for neuropathy in my feet. I don't know about all that. I don't like my feet messed with. And so I don't know about having needles stuck in my feet. I'm not necessarily ticklish. I just don't like my feet messed with. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Let's see. What else do we want to talk about? My mental health has been a rocky roller coaster ride. Of course, last year, with every time I went to the doctors, had my blood work done, I was diagnosed with something else, put on a different med. I was so blah that I just kind of went into my own little shell. I chatted with some amazing people that I met online, chatted with them in Discord. I've come to learn quite a bit about some, and we keep in touch via text and on Discord and stuff. I'm not on Discord as much as I'd like to be, but my life is just kind of weird and crazy right now. But I do love all you guys and appreciate the love and support. This year, I don't make New Year's resolutions per se, but I did tell my mom that this year, since last year was a bust, nobody got any homemade gifts for Christmas, which is completely out of the norm. Everybody gets something homemade at Christmas. So I told my mom that, the first, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, I said, I want to make sure that I stay on track and I get some of my projects done. Like I have everything here to make these things for people. I just could not do it last year. So that was my goal. I think I jinxed myself because then I got sick. I was down for 2 weeks. And then it took a couple weeks to kind of just, get to the point where I wasn't falling asleep sitting up, and trying to get my body back into the habit of being awake, of doing things and not just laying in bed and sleeping 24/7. I was having vision problems, still having some vision problems as far as like blurred vision and stuff. I've been told that can be a side effect of the COVID as well. And the fact that I just have bad vision anyways. And I don't know, these glasses were new in end of June or July of last year. I can already tell I need a different prescription. So my eyesight gets worse at about every 6 months. So I'll go get new glasses again this year and see if that helps at all. A few more months for that. So mental health, I'm just coping the way that I can. I meet with a therapist once a week to talk about things. I don't leave my home. I've been chatting with her over the phone. I can go to her office, but unless I have other things to do in town, doctor's appointments or whatever, I don't go. She just calls me and we talk on the phone, because I don't want to make that trip just for an hour in town if I have nothing else to do. So we've been working through some things. I've been crafting. I love to be creative. So I used to be an avid cross stitcher. I crocheted a lot over the past few years. I put down cross stitching because life got crazy busy with teenagers. And so crocheting was easier and easier on my eyes. So I spent the last few years crocheting a ton of stuff. So this year, the goal was to dig out all of my cross-stitching stuff from years ago, and start working on those projects. I have some unfinished projects, and I have some other ones I want to start, for me personally and for gifts. So, and then diamond painting, I got into that, which I absolutely love that. That is completely different than what I know. It's kind of like cross stitch, but you're placing the gems. But for me, it's easier to see. It's easier on my hands. And then, of course, there's days that I can't use the pen. My hands will cramp. So anyhow, I'm just trying to find a variety of things that I have already from collecting numerous craft items over the years. So Mike keeps going down to my shed and bringing more stuff up for me to do. So that is how I'm dealing with my mental health, is just taking it one day at a time. I feel defeated. I'm 43 years old. I'll be 44 next month in April. And I am just being hit with so much stuff health-wise. And I just feel defeated. And I try not to do the why, oh, poor me type stuff. But it makes you sit back and wonder and appreciate the little things. And yes, it could be extremely worse. I could be fighting lung cancer. I'm fighting for my life like my dad was. And thank God he is completely healed now. The treatments worked. He was ineligible for surgery, but the treatments worked. He had another CAT scan done last week. The cancer has not returned. So, it definitely could be worse. Thank God it's not. But just not being able to do everything that I love to do and that I used to be able to do prior to last year. So it's frustrating. But one day at a time, I'll get there. I've been keeping myself busy with my crafts, working on my computers to earn some extra money, chatting with my mom. that's pretty much my life. My son Dylan, who's autistic, lives in Caro. He calls me 3 or 4 times a day to check in. He's loving the fact that I have a YouTube channel, because now he can go on YouTube and like see me, and he's the one that's been pushing for, life updates and stuff. So he's gonna he he is my biggest fan, and so a lot of these videos are going to be for him, but also for me to kind of document my journey with everything, and hopefully just to grow the channel. If the channel grew and I can make even just a few extra dollars a month, that would be fantastic. It would help out a lot. But that's neither here nor there. I'm at like 64 subscribers, so long ways to go on that. But hopefully I can. Oh, sorry, my 13-year-old dog is out clicking in the kitchen on the linoleum. So hopefully things will start looking up. Let's see, what else do we want to talk about? Empty nesting. My youngest son, who is 20, recently moved to Mount Pleasant to be closer to his work. So he has flown the coop again. He tried it a couple years ago. It didn't work out the way that they had hoped and expected, so they're trying it again. He hustles hard for what he has and what he needs, which I'm very grateful that he, grabbed his dad and I's work ethic, because a lot of kids that are 20 just don't see that and have that motivation. But I'm scared. I'm scared for him. I'm scared because of the world that we live in and how it's going. He was over the other night and, worried about bills and money. And because he's 20, car insurance is more expensive at that age. And he went out and he bought a car because he needed something that was more reliable. So he found something that he liked, went out and bought a car, got his first car loan. But it just scares me, these two young kids being on their own, taking on all of these bills, to make it on their own. And, the price of food and gas and just the way that everything's going. I know that he will hustle and he will survive. He always has. But as a mama bear, like, that is terrifying. My door is always open. There's a spare room in here with a bed that he is more than welcome to come back home to, if need be, and if he wants to. So, my thought process is to, make sure that I have extra stuff on hand, because my kid is not going to go hungry. And if my kid needs something, like, he's literally going to come here and I'm going to send him home with stuff. And so that's parenting. It's mama bear. It's what I do. So it's very quiet here in the house. He messages me at least once a day to check in. And, through everything with my autistic son, with his brother, Cam has always been my rock. And now Cam's not here, and now I'm here by myself. So that's been a little bit of an adjustment, but we'll get there. The quiet time, though, is nice. I won't lie. Not having an extra adult to pick up after, because of where my health is right now, is going to be good. Has been good. I'd do anything for my kid, but there's just some days that I just can't get up. I just can't. I can't get up and do the extra dishes. I can't get up and do the extra laundry. And, teenage boys, he's not really a teenager anymore. He's 20, but I mean, he's so busy working and life, and, he doesn't really like go hang out with friends. He's always chasing the next dollar. And so he'll set his stuff down and not even think about it. about putting it away, throwing it away, rinsing things off, and just go behind him and clean it up. And um, that's just, hang on 1 second. My cat is scratching at the speakers. Princess. Princess. Oh my goodness. I'm going to beat her. She's scratching at the carpet on the speakers. Okay. Sorry about that. So anyways, terrifying. But we'll take it one step at a time. He'll make it. It's going to be rough, but hopefully it doesn't get too rough. What else? Weight loss. Some of you commented on my video yesterday, about how good I was looking. I've lost 40 pounds since January 1st, I believe, just before New Year's. Some of the weight came off when they changed my meds. They took me off some of the meds that were can cause weight gain, put me on other meds for the RA, and so I'm not active. Like, I can't just go and work out or walk for a long time or anything. So I just been doing what I normally do, and the weight is slowly coming back off. So at my rheumatology appointment, I weighed in at exactly 40 pounds lost since I gained all of that weight last year being on those medications. So I still have a long ways to go. I still have like another 100 pounds that I would love to lose. So just going with it. So that's my proud moment. I feel a little bit better since getting the weight off. I don't feel as like puffed up and retaining water and, just all of that stuff and just feeling blah. But it's slowly coming off, which is fine. I don't want to take it off fast, so I don't want it to come back. So the goal is to stay off the meds that make me gain weight. Let's see. Wood pellets. A lot of you know that coming into this house that there was a wood pellets corn burner stove thing here. So not knowing what we would need, I earned enough working on the computers every day that I had like $225 or $250 in Home Depot gift cards. Went and bought our first pallet of wood pellets last year. Went through those. By the time those were gone, I had another amount of gift cards saved up that I could pay for another pallet in full without paying out of pocket. Went and got another pallet. Now there is 40 50-pound bags per pallet. So it's 200 pounds worth of wood pellets on this pallet. So we got down to the nitty-gritty of those last week. And so I was frantically searching to see if we could get more wood pellets. Since we spend most of our time in the living room where the pellet stove is, I try to keep... Oh my dear God, now my cats are going to fight. Hey, no. So looking all around, my Home Depot in Midland didn't have them. I got a hold of the Home Depot in Mount Pleasant. They did have, what did we end up getting? 55 bags? And they just wanted them gone. So they sold me the 55 bags for the pallet price of 40 bags. So that was really cool. They were clearanced out, plus I got like 5 extra bags, for free. And after the gift cards that I had saved up, I didn't have quite enough, but it only ended up costing us after the gift cards, it cost us $50 to get those bags of pellets. So now we should have enough to make it through. We're going through like a bag of pellets about every 24 hours, I think. So it's working out good because I can keep my furnace down to not blow through the propane. And it keeps the front part of the house worn. So we're good there. So the goal for this fall is to have enough gift cards for Home Depot saved up to be able to, and that's, oh, sorry, dogs and cats chasing each other. So I need enough gift cards saved up. I want to get 4 pallets. So we've officially gone through 3, but not knowing each winter to winter what the temps are going to be, and we've had, it's a long winter, but pretty much like a mild winter, I would say. I've only had to have the pellet stove on the first setting to keep it 75 degrees in here, and if it gets warmer outside, it gets up to 80 in the front room. So then I'm shutting the stove off and cracking some windows and whatever. Michigan winter, right? So that's my goal for that. What else? Woke up this morning to find out that one of our plastic fabrication plants down the street from me, well, not down the street, but I mean, it's, I don't know, I'd say it's probably about 15 minutes away, maybe. Anyhow, they're one of our big plants around here, caught fire. And so a little while ago, I got a video from a friend who was on their way to work this morning and actually seen the fire, and it was just fully engulfed. Everybody got out, but it is a total loss. And from what I understand, there was 108 job positions there, and so that is 108 people without a job now. It's not only a total loss to the company, but to know that there are 108 people that are now without a job. They're going to have to wait forever for unemployment to kick in, because we know how that goes. And they just, it's just a huge tragedy. It's terrifying. It's beyond words. And so, immediately just praying for the employees and the family members, and just for them to pay their bills, for the company, the owners to get everything figured out. They've lost their business, and it's just sad. It's very sad. So that's the sad news around here today. So if you pray or send good juju or anything like that, just keep them all in your thoughts and prayers, and we'll hope for the best. Let's see, what else is... Well, the one thing I have to look forward to is the day of my birthday. So my mom got me a gift card to get my hair done for Christmas last year, and I haven't scheduled it because, just whatever. So I went on and scheduled with my stylist for the day of my birthday. So my mom and I are going to have a girls' day. Super excited about that. I don't see her as often as I'd like. And so, in my hair, I mean, it's growing out. My curl is coming back. I mean, if any of you remember from previous videos, hang on, I gotta, reposition. I shaved my head last year, and I loved it. It was nice and cool. I was overheating with all the meds that I was on, the weight that I was gaining. Yeah, I literally took the clippers to my head and buzzed it down, almost to the scalp. And so I have previous videos with extremely short hair. So obviously it was too cold to, to shave it over the winter. So this is what, it's grown out to. Well, I can't say that. It had grown out a little bit, and I had went and got it. I had a wedding to officiate, a couple of them last year. So it had grown out enough to where I could go to my stylist and have her to cut my hair. So she cut it into, it was super short and shaved on the sides with a spiky top. Loved it. This is winter growth since that last appointment. and and it's growing out fine. I don't mind the style at all. I wash it, let it air dry, and we're good to go. Um, but my curl's coming back, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with my hair next month. But I am um, scheduled for a cut in color, um, and all the years before, I've always had some kind of funky color in my hair. My hair's always had like pink and purple and stuff in it. So um, that's anyhow. When you see me the end of April, I will have some sort of a haircut done with some sort of funky colors put in it, and I don't know. It brightens my day when I can get something fun done, and that's just who I am. Okay, what's next? Our weather here is crazy. Oh my gosh. So we got freezing rain night before last night, like hard freezing rain. And then it rained all day off and on yesterday. Like it would just lightly sprinkle, and then it was like the skies just opened in dump buckets. And then so it's very, very wet here. It was cold. It was cold yesterday, and damp, but I was inside all day. So then last night the winds kicked up and it got up to 45 degrees, and it stayed that warm overnight. So at least all that water didn't freeze for this morning for Mike's drive into work. But I got up this morning and that wind was whipping so bad it felt like the half of the house was coming off. The plastic around our deck, to keep the wind from coming in the house, just whipping. It sounds like it's gonna just get ripped right off. So anyways, hang on 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. I had a phone call coming in. So anyways, craziness. The wind has died down a little bit. Of course, now that big fire is put out, right? The wind's gonna die down. Always happens. And so it's supposed to be like 55 today and then gradually get warmer. The nights are still going to be cool, but I am so ready for warm weather, you guys. My joints are killing me with this cold, and so I'm just I can't wait to be able to sit out on the deck in my chair and just soak up some sunshine and just warm up my joints. Now, on that note, I am going to have to be careful. We had a nice day a week and a half ago, I think. I sat outside with my neighbor and was chatting with her for a little while. And I don't even think I was outside for an hour. And I come in the house and my face and my chest beet red. So I burnt. So, I'm burning in Michigan in March. What do you do, right? Yeah. So, but I want to sit on the deck and I want to drink coffee and I want to watch my chickens run around and play and do all the fun things. So that is my life update. There's not really much else to tell you, other than, the direction that my channel is going to go is I'm going to have, I had mentioned it before in another video that I'm going to join the floss tube community for cross stitch, because it's a fantastic community and I've been watching tons of videos, and since I'm going to get back into doing my cross stitch, I'm going to start doing videos for that to bring in that community and make some new friends. My diamond painting, when I do those, I'm going to have videos labeled diamond painting. When I'm crocheting. If I'm doing any kind of like a prepping type haul to restock the pantry, then it will be named accordingly, so that those of you that are not interested in diamond painting, cross stitch, crochet, whatever one that you're interested in, you can go right to that video and watch it, and you don't get sucked into a video about cross stitch that you don't want to watch because it's not what you're interested in, right? So I will be entitling those accordingly, so that when I do have a video come out, you will know, and you'll know whether you want to click on it or not. I appreciate everyone's love and support. I appreciate the fact that y'all keep coming. I got some new subscribers the last couple days. who I don't know. But thank you so much for subscribing and commenting on my videos. And hopefully you can find stuff that you like here and you'll stick with me. So again, if you can like and subscribe, um, bring other people on board, like, that would be fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I have goals. I see YouTube content creators, and they have such a huge community of subscribers and commenters, and it's like this whole family of people. And that's what I want. That's what I need in my life, because I don't go out and socialize with people in person. So this video is like 40 minutes long, and I'm going to get ready to shut it down. But I love you all. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I hope that you'll stick around. I hope that you'll, share my channel, bring some friends, and just help me to continue to grow. So, any questions, comments, anything like that, please leave it down below. And I will get back to you as soon as I can. And then we'll just go from there. And I hope to continue on this journey with all of you, and to gain more followers on the way, and grow my online friendship circle. So I appreciate all you guys. I love you. Thank you. And God bless you. And I hope you have an amazing day. Bye, guys.